I reminisce.
Here we
The Tomorrow War is a 2006 space sim based on a popular book series by Alexander Zorich. The militaristic space Russia leads a collective of human superstates called directories into an era of galactic expansion. The books sold millions of copies. The game sold dozens. And that's for a reason. This is an 8 out of 10 story, trapped inside a 2 out of 10 game.
Ooh, that's rough. Some games okay. The story can carry them, but depends on how bad the gameplay is.
Global South representation. The most technologically advanced fighter design was made in the South American Directory. It's a major plot point. Another big idea of the Tomorrowverse is something called retrospective evolution. It's when masses of people spontaneously revert to the way of life of the olden times, while still maintaining advanced technology. Back on Earth, the effects of retrospective evolution are relatively mild. The space Russians have returned to certain Soviet customs, like addressing each other as comrade. Things get a lot more trad in the deep space. One day, the population of a remote colony just woke up Zoroastrian. I hate when that happens. They declared independence from the infidel UN, and after 2 centuries of colonization and the industrial use of cloning technology, the Zoroastrian Star Empire, known as the Great Concordia, has grown to rival the United Nations in power.
Halo.
Another fourth political theory-ism of the Tomorrowverse is the writer's distrust of the true enemies of mankind, the Anglo-Saxon. The Americans don't have a military in the setting because having a military is against their authentic nature. The residents of the former United States have tons of fun. They drink beer and play baseball all day, having left behind their tedious materialism, the philosophy that, historically speaking, was once foreign to them. On the other hand, the Europeans and Russians are Nietzschean Apollonic civilizations with a clear historical predisposition towards heroism. As you can see, there are a lot of very normal things going on in this story.
Wait, did he just...
that Alexander...
He said Americans gave up on all their military defenses. That would never happen. This is a fantasy. Even if the military went away, there's so many guns in America, it's ridiculous. What is it, like 3 or 4 guns for every person? It's probably way more than that. I think that was, they were saying that like 6 or 7 years ago or something like that. So, there's so many guns, especially now. Like, what's going on right now? People been buying guns. Because I went to go get one at what's that famous gun store? Cabela, I think it was called. And they was like, we don't have any handguns. They didn't have any Glocks. I didn't really want. Well, I take that back. He did. He had a Beretta, and he had a. I think it was it. It looked like a 1911. I don't remember what he said it was, and I could be wrong because he kind of favored 1911. But I wanted a Glock. And he's like, man, we sold out. I was like, shit. He was like, I got some rifles. I just should get a rifle. My brother got my dad's rifle. He had a 30-30 Winchester. I got the shotgun. But I don't want to be something happen pop off in here. I'd rather have like a handgun. It's easier to manage in a house.
Zorich, the author of the books, is actually
Americans
a
would
duo
definitely
of
not do that.
Russophilic writers from Kharkiv, Ukraine. Surprise! The Russian supremacist fiction wasn't written by Russians. April the 2nd, the year 2621. The training carrier Zuiho. We are Andrei Rumyantsev, a cadet in a prestigious space academy. The Tomorrow War draws heavily from the classic Chris Roberts Wing Commander games. In between the campaign missions, we have these social segments where Andre can visit different areas of the ship, talk to the characters, and develop their side plots. In some ways, this game is more mechanically sophisticated than Wing Commander. Rumantsev has a personal inventory, there is a free look feature, and dialogue options, like in an RPGer.
Wonderful!
The machine behind the mechanic is the Gorinich class space superiority fighter.
It's
named
Russian
after
Metal
the mythical
Gear.
East Slavic dragon. Fighters are called Flugers in this. Andrei's first assignment is a training flight, so let's briefly go over the basics. The Flugers are equipped with planetary drives. These are used
sounds like
for
a racial
space
slur.
dogfights and for flying in the planetary atmosphere. Yes, this is a feature. We'll be doing this a lot. In addition, every fighter has something called an orbital drive. You charge it for a few seconds and then it makes you go fast. But not too fast. The game is around 23 hours
go
long, and
fast.
half of that time will be spent just staring at the screen while the ship is flying between objectives on autopilot. All Flukers are armed with auto-aiming laser cannons. Once you figure out how to
This
use
game
them, the
looks
game's
pretty
difficulty
good.
becomes trivial. The final
Like, you know,
sequence of the
graphically,
intro
at
mission
least.
has us fighting off a full-blown invasion of the solar system by unknown space aliens. The purpose of this is to show us the principles
You know,
of
when
combined
earlier I
armed
was thinking this
warfare.
looked like
The
Starship
iceberg-looking
Troopers
alien
a little bit.
mothership and its fighters are facing off against the carrier Zuiho, 2 escort frigates, and the battlecruiser Ukraina. This is still the tutorial, so it's nearly impossible to die unless you get hit by friendly fire. The Slava-class heavy carrier 3 Saints arrives seconds after the alien threat is pacified. I've seen people make fun of this design. LOL, a space runway. Well, the reason it has a runway is because just like the Flugers, the
supposed to
big
be
capital
Saturn and
ships
Mars?
are also capable of operating in the
It's so
atmosphere.
close together.
Checkmate, haters. In any case, get used to it, because it's our new home. My name is Stotsky. I'm a flight officer of the Carrier 3 Saints. The alien race of Jeeps have invaded the territory of our ally Concordia.
Jeeps.
The Jeeps put troops on the ground on the world of Naotar and destroyed the Concordian garrison. An expeditionary fleet was dispatched to assist
It
our
was like
brothers
Creeps,
of the Great
except-
Race.
Not.
The Jeeps are the strangest enemy the
It
Great
kinda
Race
almost like he
ever
said
faced.
gypsy
Their
for a
warships are
second.
essentially just asteroids equipped with Luxogen drives of unknown design. Confusingly, this is not the same race of aliens we fought in Mission 1. Command wants us to escort a pair of Hagen-class Euroflugers to the surface of Naotar. The machines are packed with surveillance equipment. Their
Naotar.
job is to take a closer look at
I love
these
this dude's accent.
pillars of eternity. We don't know what they are yet, but TLDR, the plot will eventually reveal that these are basically Jeep's reproductive organs. We tried bombing the Xenos, and that didn't work. But maybe it's because we didn't bomb them hard enough. Andre volunteers to be a gunner in a torpedo
didn't kill him
bomber.
hard
We
enough.
used to practice
Better
marksmanship
bomb
at the
again.
academy, he says. You shot handguns
Yeah, they
in the
eyes.
academy. Do you know what sort of cannons torpedo bombers are equipped with? These weapons can tear a Beltian Hulkazor to pieces.
It's funny games back in the day. Like they
On his way to the hangar,
their eyes look so
Rumantsev is
soulless
intercepted by a woman
compared to
in
some
red.
games today.
We read your file and came to a curious conclusion. You fought not one, but 2 alien races in a single month. It's like
Damn.
you are attracted to them. The red woman and
They
the
attacking
mysterious
us, what you talking about?
Varys-shaped individual are from GAB, an unfortunately named Intelligence Service of the United Nations. They give us this thing, a concealable recording device. You didn't even ask if I agreed to carry your spy thing. Don't you agree? Well, yes.
You don't need you to agree.
That's super.
You either carry it
It
or
doesn't
put a
matter
bullet in
how
your
skilled
head.
Andre is at operating the turret, because we're flying within a large formation, and the volume of fire is so intense that the aliens are instantly vaporized as soon as they enter the effective range of our guns.
Damn.
Uh-oh.
Hell,
We've been
these
hit by
aliens
quad
are
bullets.
pussies.
Our pilot is dead. co-pilot wounded. Happens all the time in this universe. Pilots just die in cockpits. We'll have to take control of the Flugger. Here is a cool mechanic.
Yeah, that usually
Pressing
happens
the
in war.
space bar activates interaction mode, allowing us to interact with most of the buttons of the
Especially when you're
control
having a bunch of
console. We
air
can also
combat.
look around the cockpit like in War Thunder. Get f***ed, space aliens. Humans are number one. While en
Yeah,
route to
we're the
Three
master
Saints,
race.
We receive a distress call from the wrecked space fortress Sharukin 17. The Concordian Flugger made an emergency landing and
Sharukin.
needs assistance. We're just in time. The woman is running out of oxygen. Ahura Mazda
you're
bless
basically
you,
dead.
she says. The woman's name is Roshni Tervani, or maybe Tervani, I'm not sure. With her on board, we fly to the Concordian carrier Rimush. I have to admit, I never liked the men of the United Nations for one strange habit they all seem to have. You
They're
mean
a
the
bunch
habit
of
of arranging
pussies.
romantic dates in abandoned space stations? Andre thinks he's being super clever. I meant the habit of being late. Rumantsev had previously only seen Concordians in movies.
See the
Young man, when I
I'm
was
not
your
sleeping with
age, I
you.
starred in one such movie, although I was merely an extra. A rude awakening awaits Andre back on Three Saints. The soldiers, armed with space AKs, are here to escort us to the Admiral. We are in big trouble. Rumantsev went AWOL, landed on a foreign warship, and endangered the life of his co-pilot. We are expelled from the
treason.
academy, placed under guard,
Better
and
hang
are
'em.
forever banned from operating aerospace vehicles in the Russian directory. Enjoy working as a bus driver or a miner. June
was not
24th,
dead. Nah, you
the
just
year
gonna be dead.
2621. Terra Fuega, a space station belonging to the DNR Corporation, edge of the world. And then he said, you can work as a miner or a bus driver, but you can no longer be a pilot. My ex-wife Monica said something similar. With his military career in ruins, Rumantsev now works as a mercenary pilot for the corporate interests of the South American Directory. The game's second act is quite different. We now receive a salary, which can be spent on ammunition and equipment for our Flugger. And by our Flugger, I mean the corporate-owned, minimally equipped spacecraft we are conditionally allowed to operate. The gentleman at the bar will offer side gigs we can do in addition to story missions. Until now, this game was very similar to Wing Commander, but suddenly it opens up, becoming more like Privateer. Andrei's new buddy Toivo Tosinen is also a mercenary. Two things threaten Terra Fuega: space poachers and space pirates from the Trix Syndicate. Working for the corporation sucks. We should quit, he says. Our ride
You
is
should
the
quit. Didn't he
Andromeda
get
cargo
fired
holder.
already?
The civilian life sure is different. Activate the mineral scanner. Set the scanner for max sensitivity. Fly to a rich asteroid. Decelerate to 30 meters per second or less. Use maneuvering thrusters to land on an asteroid. Deploy mining equipment.
So you did become a
I enjoy
miner.
being a space miner. Screw that stuck-up asshole, Admiral Vodka
I
was.
thought you said he's
Do you want a valuable
mercenary.
advice? Everyone here wants to give me their valuable advice. I bet the previous advisor was Tosinen. You're right. So my advice is this. Under no circumstances should you listen to Tosinen's advice. We have a lot of things to do, so I'll be brief. You are flying Hagens today, an escort mission. What is our acceptable casualty percentage? We'll forgive you up to 33%. Hagen is a European heavy fighter
well,
we got superficially
33%.
familiar with during our time in the Russian directory.
You could
In
kill the
addition to the
33% of
auto-aiming
the people.
lasers, the Flugger is also equipped with an autonomous rotating gun turret. Upon returning to Terra Fuega, we discover the station swarming with armed troopers. Corporate upgrades our security clearance and tells us a secret. This is the AD-112 cluster. It's chock full of extra rich, extra lucrative asteroids. The Hagen was equipped with an artillery cannon, firing
Oh, that one looks
californium
good,
rounds.
right.
That's a highly illegal nuclear weapon. Our
Damn,
job
just
is to shoot
vaporized
nukes at
the asteroids.
asteroids, clearing space junk so that the mining team will have an easier time. Corporate did the math, and this is the cheapest way of doing it. It appears we have an important visitor at Terra Fuega. The Concordian carrier.
It's funny that I was just thinking he's clearly in some type of asteroid belt. I know the asteroid belt that we have in our solar system that we think when usually we see movies whenever they go around the asteroid belt or any asteroid belt anywhere, they always show the asteroids that are really close together. The ships have to maneuver, but it was like our asteroid belt. The asteroids are like 600,000 miles apart. It's like you'd have to try to hit one of those asteroids. Because I thought as a kid, I thought they were close too.
Oh,
so they were like
hello.
right there. We can't get out.
I'm so glad to
Past
see you. Roshni
Mars, so
Tervani had no idea they
that's
terminated
what I
us from
said,
the
outside of
academy for
Mars.
rescuing her. Damn clones. I hate their pompous chatter, says Gomez the pilot, almost causing a diplomatic incident. Toivo tells him to shut his mouth. If the clones learned
Shut
about
your
the special
hole.
something we're keeping in the station. August 6, Terra Fuega. Andre is now a test pilot. The South American Directory is using the station as a
No,
test
this dude's
site,
evil.
the newest Durandal starfighter, which explains the extra security. Durandal has a space Lamborghini look about it. It's one of the better looking fighters in the game. I like the forward swept wing design. And it's mechanically unique as well. The breakthrough innovation is that Durandal is equipped with a shield generator. It makes the Flogger virtually invulnerable to most weapons. Missiles still go through though. Another limitation is that the shield needs to be turned off in planetary atmosphere. Otherwise we risk entering an uncontrollable tailspin. We stumble upon a hunting party of the Crimson
interesting.
Tigers, the poachers. They are not hostile, though. The writers are
A lot more
placing a bunch of
strategy than I
Chekhov's guns
thought
all
was
over
gonna be
this
in this.
narrative. Hey, Andre, what's your IQ? Under the World Trade Codex, we are prohibited
Like
from employing
120,
individuals
bitch.
with your IQ for manual labor. A pirate hunting mission, then. The AI
For
fluggers
manual
would sometimes rotate in place when you
No,
hit
what is
them.
that?
I'm not sure why. It doesn't
60.
really help them evade
They
damage.
know it's
I've seen
100.
players in War Thunder Beta do this. The woman in red is here. She takes away the listening device and gives us an upgraded version. It should work fine, even at the melting point of tungsten. I have doubts I can work fine at the melting point of tungsten.
That's true.
Achieved by training. The spooks
Oh,
still
wow.
don't
Yeah, just
know
train
the
harder,
identity of
bitch.
the blue aliens from the tutorial mission. It's our new GAB assignment. One of the Durandals was hijacked from Terra Fuega, Toivo Tossinen. The chase leads us from system to system until we end up here.
Oh, was that a
The
warp?
engine power is insufficient to escape the black hole, forcing us to ask the
Or
nearby
teleport.
pirate warship Leviathan for help. The plot wants
Of course, one
Andre
of these
to become
fucking
a
ships is
pirate.
called Leviathan.
Listen,
It's a
Toivo,
pirate ship.
maybe it's not too late for us to go back. It is too late. The pirates have already sent the message to the corporation that we switched sides.
Damn it.
August 27, the Lost Ark, the base of the Trix Syndicate. Comrades,
Silly
I
rabbit.
meant brothers and sisters. Can I ask you a question? Go ahead. Have you ever seen starships that look like flying icebergs? Handsome, I am prepared to open
know
all
why.
kinds of doors for you, but only if you
I
become...
don't know why I thought he was saying it looked like flying butt plugs. It's like that does not look like a butt plug. If it is, that's like a sadist butt plug.
Become my boyfriend. And this pirate shares an anecdote
Oh,
about an
it's too
alien
late for
sighting
this
he
shit.
heard from a Crimson Tigers
early,
defector. Andre
actually.
carefully writes everything down. The alien intel
Is he
becomes an
T-pose?
item we carry in our inventory. The leader of the syndicate is the Anglo-Saxon pirate Jeremiah Blood, or the
Anglo-Saxon.
helmsman, as they call him.
Скажи мне, Кевин,
Tell me, Captain,
So, like,
what do the
he's
pirates say to each other before going on
like
a mission?
UK
We
white.
say, heal them with fire. The job is to attack a Concordian transport convoy,
Every white
get rid of
person in
the
America
escort
think they are.
flippers, and cover the boarding party as they do their work. Helmsman, this is Charlie from the watch. The Concordian frigate Kish is moving towards your location. Heal them with fire. Oh wow.
These
We
motherfuckers flying
just
around
blew
like
up a
fuels is just for
Concordian
free.
warship. We have long been
Maybe they're
planning to
electronic.
eradicate
I mean,
the
like
scum
electrical.
that is the DNR Corporation. For that purpose, the pirates managed to steal a Hagen fighter
They like
equipped with
they are
Californium
electrical
cannons.
spaceships.
Have you read the Scrolls of the
Fucking
Righteous?
liberals.
а что это?
What's that? A book?
Больше, чем книга.
It's more than a book. It's the truth about our pirate life. Only spiritual food is on the menu today. Helmsman's
a
orders.
pirate's
Everyone must
life
read
for
the book
me.
before departure. Scrolls of the Righteous. Helmsman wrote it. As you can see, the pirates take their theory reading very seriously. Hey, handsome.
What the
I just
fuck
had
is
an
she
idea.
wearing?
Once we are back at the Ark, we should celebrate together.
She's
in my
like, won't you
quarters."
sit down with me while I wear my
Have you read the
BDSM outfit
Scrolls
and
of the
read this
Righteous?
fucking manifesto?
Of course, the helmsman is the Hegel of our time. That's Terra Fuega. I can't believe Andre is just gonna sit here and watch all his friends die. God damn it! The gun
Yeah,
is not
that's because
reacting to the
they're
trigger.
losers.
It's jammed. The day will still be ours. I had hoped to vanquish the wicked
What is
with
with
the
this
finesse
dude-
of a cultured
this
individual,
tuxedo?
but it appears we'll have to handle it the usual way. Fortunately for those left behind on Terra Fuega, the UN reinforcements arrived
Like
just
one
in
of
time.
them people that
There are
overdo it
UN
for prom.
fighters in the asteroid field, but how did they
Like, I
know
think
we
the
were
cane
coming
was a bit
here?
much.
We must have a rat on board. Wait a minute. Oh
Who's this
yeah, I
bitch?
am the rat.
Oh, fuck, it's you.
Are we having books for
idiot.
lunch again?
Могу предложить бульон из
I can offer broth made from delicate poultry chicken.
У нас всю неделю этот
We had this cursed broth all week. It's not made out of chicken, it's made out of expired bouillon cubes.
во всем виноват.
It's all your fault, brother pilots. You work little, but you eat a lot. Almost getting Terra Fuega blown up left an impression on Andre, who
That
decides
you a
this is a
drain
good
on
time to
resources.
defect. Again. So he attempts to surrender to the UN cargo hauler Francis Bacon. This is Rumantsev, a pilot
Francis
for the
Bacon.
corporation. I was captured by the pirates and made my escape, requesting permission to dock.
Permission denied.
Negative. You do understand that
Blow
I
him
can't
out
go
of the
back.
sky.
If you won't take me, the pirates will make a chicken Kiev out of me. And you must understand,
sucks
if
to
I
suck.
allow just anyone to dock, my superiors will make a chicken
Like,
Kiev
oh,
out
these
of
sound
me.
like your
Commander
personal
Santos,
problems.
our old acquaintance from the corporation, saves Andre by providing the coordinates of the Twilight Ghost, the mothership of Crimson Tigers, the libertarian space poachers.
Libertarian,
And once again,
fuck.
Rumantsev switches employers. This story sure has momentum. The Free Fort, base of the Crimson Tigers, Morgenstern.
So we believe in minimum government until we're in
His
charge. Then we're
foulness,
gonna be
Jeremiah
fucking
Blood is here on an
authoritarians.
official visit. The poachers and the pirates are locked in a debate
fuck
over
is
the
wrong with his
ownership
neck?
of a contested planet in the system. The matter will be ultimately decided in a space race.
Arsenio
Our
Hall.
boss is a talking tiger, by the way. Name's Guy Titanium Skin.
Опасное сближение.
The race is basically
Okay.
impossible to lose because our opponents never engage their orbital drives for some reason, so they are racing at like 1/10 of their max speed. In the end, we are paid 10,000 space rubles for winning
Or
the
it's
race.
because they
Best
just
boss
suck.
I've ever had.
Слушай анекдот.
Listen to this
Jeez,
joke. A
girl.
wife is yelling at her husband. You should quit smoking.
She
Think
got
of
the
all the things
girls
we could have bought
out.
if you didn't spend the money on cigarettes.
Муж отвечает.
And the
What
husband
the world would be
replies,
if you mind
"Yeah,
your own
I
fucking
know.
business."
A fur coat for you and nothing for me.
Я так люблю русских.
I love Russians. They always laugh at my jokes. Fascinating to see
I don't
what
think they're
people
laughing
in the
with you.
2000s thought humor was like. So the helmsman refused to accept defeat. Mission 15 is where we hit a game-breaking bug. One of the plot important
Like the tiger from,
trigger, and the story
Tenchu 2. I
Tomorrow
forget the
War
name of
was
it.
shipped with a bug that makes it unfinishable.
Oh wait, that wasn't
and
a
as an
tiger.
insult
It
to
was a tiger
injury,
in Tenchu
the
2, but
bug
it was, I'm
also
thinking about
corrupts your save.
the dog.
The cause of the bug is an illegal symbol that someone accidentally added to a dialogue file. You fix it by
think it
removing
was
the symbol
Seiru
or by
something.
installing
I
an
don't know.
English version of the game that doesn't have this issue.
We have gathered here today in order to come to a common decision about
The
how we
fuck?
shall repay the syndicate for their treachery.
The voice actors are native speakers, which is the most positive thing I can say about this translation.
If we only
Yeah.
knew the exact coordinates of the base.
But I know the coordinates. Don't forget, I work for the syndicate.
British Rumantsev is
Okay.
so weird.
Hello, Mr. Rumi. Camacho said they are sending
Oh
me to speak
my
to Concordian.
goodness.
It is great, and I don't even know what they look like.
Hello,
How's
Mr.
it going
Rumi.
in Concordia?
How? All right, I suppose. They honor a dog. Holy fire! Cloning is permitted, of course.
He talks like a drugged-up wastelander from a Children of the Cathedral
I would
clip.
definitely just play the game in this.
So it's a very
regular
literal
language.
translation, and it appears they have the
Just
Oblivion
read
problem
subtitles.
where the audio director failed to properly instruct the VAs, so they are overacting every line. In addition to that, the
I guess it's
audio
better
engineers
than
have
underacting?
excessively shortened the natural pauses between words for some reason. You put all this together and, well, it's like being trapped inside a dream.
All right, I suppose. They honor a dog. Holy fire!
Back to the normal
I
version
definitely
of the
watch
game.
a dub before a sub, but damn, this.
Face the sun.
That's
Andre.
rough just from that.
Rumantsev provides the Concordians with the location of the Lost Ark, the pirate HQ, and the Zoroastrians subsequently blow it up. Alas, the Leviathan and Jeremiah Blood escape.
Тебе присматривается.
Guy Titanium Skin took notice of you.
Хочет меня съесть.
Does he want to eat me?
Я чувствую,
I have a feeling he wants to make you his second in command.
так ответственно.
Such responsibility.
What?
What kind of a tiger is he?
Yeah, like what?
Guy
I thought it was
is
a
the
pet.
masterpiece of the clones
He's
program
the
of
tiger's able
animal
to put people
intelligence
second in
acceleration.
command. Like what?
Our ride is Abzu, an old Concordian design. Despite being classified as a fighter, Abzu is equipped with two types of anti-ground weapons, which is kind of
Azuzu.
redundant. After mopping up the remnants of the pirates
is
on the
Pazuzu?
ground, we meet our old friends, the mysterious
The demon
aliens
and,
from Mission
the
1. This time, they fire
The
back.
Exorcist.
This is Judgment Day, says Camacho. Our space poacher career takes a turn for the worse when the unknown space aliens
Damn,
blow
are you
up
that
the
close
sun.
to the sun?
Wonderful.
Rumantsev and Camacho make an emergency landing on the Concordian warship that is about to leave the system. October 7, the year 2621. Sharukin 5, a Concordian orbital space fortress, and a prison. The clones know everything about our
Sharukin.
pirate adventures, and they confiscated the listening device. They think we are a Russian spy, and they want us to work for them instead. But
Goddamn
Andre will
commies.
never betray the motherland. October 19, same place, same year. We have a visitor.
Приятного аппетита.
Bon appetit, Comrade Rumantsev. The Red Woman negotiated our release from the clone captivity, but that comes at a price. We have to agree to everything.
Что официально нашей эскадрильи
Officially, this squadron doesn't
You have to
exist.
agree
the
or
Special
we'll put a
Purpose
bullet in your
Squadron's
head.
primary goal is reconnaissance against the potential enemies of the United Nations. Reconnaissance is a delicate thing. Every flugger you'll be flying is equipped with an explosive device that can be detonated remotely. We are
The
some
fuck with
kind
his
of
face.
suicide squad.
Oh,
I've always wanted to ask a real
Almost
OSNAS
threw up.
soldier, why is your narwhal rifle called 3-modal?
В первом режиме нарвал.
Well,
Ain't
in
none of your
mode 1
damn
you
business.
can dig with it, like with a shovel. In mode 2 you can row with it, like with an oar. And in mode 3 you can fly on it, like on a broomstick.
okay.
Гаитянского
In
колокольца.
mode
We are back at our alma mater, the
mode
Japanese-built
5, is
Russian-operated
just a
light
fucking
carrier
grenade
Zukov.
launcher.
Honestly, you could have figured it out yourself. The first mode is for firing in the atmosphere, the second is for vacuum, and the third is for underwater engagements. We have found the Leviathan. Andre is ordered to disable the carrier's engines and cover the OSNAS boarding party.
В эфире той вот то
This is Toivo Tosanen piloting the Durandal fighter. Perhaps you have heard of it. Our Gab superiors don't seem to be aware of the fact that Durandal's shield is impenetrable to normal laser weapons.
I used to
We'll
hate
have to
playing
take it out
games
with
like
our
this when you're like in
anti-ground
space like that.
cannons. It's like
And you just able to
dogfighting
go
with a
anywhere.
cow
And
pig.
just,
Finally, Tosanen. I've been waiting for this for a long time, says Rumyantsev, being uncharacteristically bloodthirsty.
Товарищ Иванов,
Comrade Ivanov, we have taken captive the leader of the Trick Syndicate and one of his henchmen.
а остальные?
And the rest of them?
Ну, остальные?
The rest of them killed in a firefight.
Ювелирная работа.
That's some precision work, you butchers.
firefight.
It is what it is. Andre interrogates the prisoners.
Old man
but
James
Jeremiah
Bond
doesn't
over
say anything important, and his sidekick just repeats the rumor about alien sightings. It's a redundancy in case you haven't purchased the alien intel earlier in the game. Confusingly, these are not the aliens we were gathering intel on.
fuck?
This
Is that
species is
supposed
called
to be
the
the Predator?
Chorugs. They are about equal to the UN in terms of technology, but thankfully not interested in imperialism. The Chorugs are big weirdos, and they want
Of
us to
course
play
they're not.
space football in exchange for their fighter technology. The Red Woman
So,
joins
hey,
our
you would've
football
played some
team.
football, bro.
This is how we learned that her name is Alexandra Brown Zheleznova, a double name, Soviet aristocracy.
It's a mouthful.
You can push the ball by shooting special missiles or just by bumping into it. Goal!
It's
And
like
so we
space
get the alien fighters. They have this cool hologram
Rocket League.
HUD and an insectoid aesthetic, but in terms of function they are identical to the clone Fluggers, which are identical to the UN Fluggers. Vahram system, Concordian space. The system hosts the Tomorrowverse version of Arrakis, a planet that produces space fuel, making interstellar travel possible. This is why we seized the Leviathan. This is why we're flying the Chorug fighters. Plausible deniability. Objective 1 is to obtain visual evidence of the existence of the Concordian missile artillery platform Mithridat. Objective 2 is the reconnaissance of the
Mithridat.
planet Parkida, where all the spice is.
Parkida.
The appearance of the alien fighters
Spice.
confuse the
Okay, it was
clones,
Doom.
who are now
If
debating
you're in space
whether
and you
to open
say the word
fire
spice,
or
automatically
doing
be
so
compared
might
to Doom.
cause a diplomatic
Dune.
incident with the Chorugs, just as planned. Once we get to low orbit, they do
What about the
open
floggers?
fire. Komacho is down. Andrei volunteers to pick him up, but both Comrade Ivanov and Komacho himself instruct us to get the hell out. Instead of reflecting on what just happened, Ivanov gives us a boring lecture on some important space mineral. The mineral is associated with the mysterious blue aliens that keep showing up at random points of the plot. This is the planet where the alien sightings occurred, the one the pirates told us about. Our mission is to fly at a very low altitude from waypoint to waypoint and scan the surface for the mineral. Eventually we find what we are looking for, and much more. It's impossible to explore the alien structure in a flugger, so we send in the Space Marines.
В пещере новостей полный чемодан.
We are in the cave. Tons of news. We found an alien aircraft inside. Seems intact. There is a structure next to it. Looks like a pyramid. Our on-board xenoarchaeology expert, Popescu is his name, suggested that this might be a tomb of one of the aliens. The conversation is interrupted by the commander of Zuiho. Alien warships are approaching. They didn't like us desecrating the tomb. The Leviathan has to make an emergency jump, so we land on Zuiho instead.
Я должна поговорить с вами
I want to talk to you about something.
О чужаках?
About the aliens?
о том,
About what happens tomorrow.
А что будет?
And what will happen? Is there a war tomorrow? Just
I
so
was-
we're clear,
I was
did not
about to say
consent
they
to
gonna
this.
make
I'm
out,
still
and they-
upset
and
with the
I was like,
Spooks
that's
because they
stupid.
didn't bail us out when Commodore Vodka
Fucking
demoted us
Stark
to a
is,
bus
of course,
driver.
you have a woman and a male
We have an even
protagonist.
bigger
Of
problem.
course,
The
they're gonna fuck.
Leviathan never re-emerged from the X-Matrix.
It's a trope
Our mothership
that's
is
international.
lost. Ivanov is probably dead.
Oh, his
Klim
eyes look
Nastasian,
real
one of the
dead.
members of our Suicide Squad, says Ivanov wasn't so bad for a spook. Klim is from a trad planet that reverse evolved into a version of the medieval Rus. People from the Russian directory often hold prejudice against them, but Ivanov didn't. Command thinks this is where we might find the Leviathan, or what's left of it. A Jeeps fighter. Long time no see.
Вызываю Левиафан.
Leviathan, can you hear me? This is Revenko. Leviathan, if you can hear me but can't respond, identify your location with photo rockets. Here it is, collided with a mountain. No survivors, except for one.
Tries to then blow up.
Ivanov fled the ship in a Chorug fighter after somehow
Like when the ship
intercepting
goes
the
off a
Leviathan
cliff, it
in
just
the
blows up
X-Matrix.
before it
the
even
blue
impacts
aliens
the ground.
destroyed all fleeing Flugers except for the Chorug one. The aliens are called the Yagnu. They ignore us and go after the Jeep's vessels instead.
I thought you were going to say the
Tell me,
Yautja.
Comrade Ivanov, will there be a war with the Yagnu?
Zippers.
Война будет.
There will be a war. With the Yagnu? Hardly. January 9, the year 2622. Sekunda System, Planet Grozny.
It was in Russia, so it gotta be vodka.
It's time for the main event. The war from tomorrow
He's
war.
like, shit.
We are under attack. All remaining Flugers are instructed to meet at Zuiho. The military comms are in chaos.
That looked like that
This
thing
is
from,
Major Ulyanich,
was it
commander
The
of the
Arrival?
24th Tank Brigade. I have no way of contacting the HQ.
Spaceship.
What should I be doing, Fleet? Open the red package. It'll tell you everything you need to know.
Внимание всем.
Attention everyone. Today at 13:30
Today
Standard Time, without the formal
our
declaration
Independence
of war,
Day.
the Concordian fleet crossed the border and attacked the United Nations. Began the Clone Wars have.
Oh,
I knew it. I knew this was gonna happen. Why
Horrible
didn't we
movie.
strike first?
Считать меня идиотом.
Call me an idiot, but I thought we were preparing for the war with the aliens, and the clones would be our friends. The engineer on the Zuiho brings us
yeah, we
even
should have
more
started
bad
this,
news.
not them.
20 Terrafuegi.
Terra Fuega is being evacuated. The command decided to blow up the station before the clones get it.
Торпедами.
Are we going to use torpedoes?
У нас торпед осталось.
We don't have enough torpedoes, and we don't even know how many it will take. The easiest way is to detonate the station's arsenal. There is not enough time to evacuate it anyway.
Сеньор
Senor Furdik, I came to blow up the station.
So he's just killing a bunch of people?
God damn war!
Сеньор
Senor Furdik, can you hear me?
Senor.
We were looking forward to a fantastic spring season. The pilots discovered 5 new mineral sites. It's all for nothing. Rumantsev orders everyone out and places an explosive device in the armory. The further we are into the adventure, the more fun is the story, and the more broken is the gameplay. The clone Flugers are now refusing to fight us or even to maneuver.
Game just
In this
gets worse
sequence,
and worse
we have
as
to
it goes.
intercept a bunch of Concordian torpedo bombers before they hit our grounded capital ships, but they never actually fire a single torpedo. And then we hit another game-breaking bug. Command orders the squadron to destroy the space gate.
That's the
We are
real
instructed
villain here.
to keep our distance, so I do, and I wait. Nothing happens. The squadron fails to destroy the gate. The projectiles just go
The
through it.
Stargate.
I replayed this mission multiple times, same problem. Eventually, in the depths of the Russian not Facebook, someone helpfully pointed out that there is a small part of the gate that does in fact have a hitbox.
товарищи.
Comrades, the special purpose
Yeah, this is what
squadron is
happened when no
disbanded.
one,
Ivanov says we can serve on any ship we want.
when no one,
Andrei
you don't have
picks
any,
3 Saints, a carrier
what
with
they
a
call it,
space
like,
runway and a vodka
testers.
robot.
Game
The
tester.
Concordians have invaded planet Grozny. There is a tank battle raging on the world below. The officer is urging us to buy war bonds. This is the game's way of giving a mechanical purpose to all the money Rumantsev has earned from his corporate and pirate missions. Steven promised to install powerful cannons on our Fluger if we purchase enough bonds. There are 2 types of tanks, those that attack ground targets and the AAA tanks. Steve's cannons one-shot everything, so this isn't much of a battle.
You know, hit the
Despite the
ground.
victories at Grozny, the Concordians eventually gained the upper hand. We have to retreat deeper into UN space. January 24th, Parsec 801, Gletcherny Cosmodrome.
What is this Earth?
And who
Did
is
he
this?
say?
These two must be very important in the Russian directory. There is a war museum at the Cosmodrome.
The game
Unfortunately, the
developers.
objects don't seem to be interactive. In the military souvenir store, the South American pilot Gomez is trying to pick up chicks. We know Gomez from Terra Fuega. We tested the Durandal prototypes together. They fixed the flaw in the defense shield. It can now be operated in the atmosphere. I'll begin with a question. Do you like ballet? Sure, I especially
my
like
ballet.
ballerinas. The clones managed to
For some
seize
reason, he
the
said
yacht
ballet,
that was
like, I didn't
carrying
know
the
what he was
Russian
referring to at
directory's
first.
top ballerinas. Rescuing them is our next assignment.
Это весьма капризно.
Durandal is a very capricious machine, and it needs proper gentlemanly handling.
Спасибо, Стивен.
Thank you, Steve, but I've already flown a Durandal. In my experience, you'll have to hammer it with your fist a bunch of times, and that solves all sorts of hardware problems.
Именно это.
That's exactly what I meant, sir. The targets have been identified. These are the carriers Atur Gushnaps and Atur Farnbag, the famous white elephants. I order all forces to take them out. Adur Gushnasp was the name of a Zoroastrian sacred fire of the highest grade, which served as one of the three most sacred fires of pre-Islamic Iran. Fascinating. I'm learning so much. Totsky personally shows up in the hangar to compliment everyone on a job well done. It's a bad sign that the writers decided to emergency develop his personality. I wouldn't invest in Totsky stock. Now, what class of ship
are they
do you think
writers?
this is? Is it a frigate? Is it a battle cruiser? Is it a light carrier like Zuiho? No, it's a space yacht for transporting ballerinas.
What the fuck is with these ballerinas all of a sudden?
We have suffered
Hey,
a
why are they
direct
so
hit.
important?
Emergency jump in 10 seconds. Direct hit to the command bridge. Squadron
Hey,
Captain
none of you are
Totsky
moving with
is
any sense of
gone.
urgency.
Марсианского халкозавра.
Okay, I guess we just chilling now.
Can you play Valse Sentimentale by Pyotr Ilyich
Can you play
Tchaikovsky?
Moonlight Sonata? Just play. It's like, okay.
Uh-oh, what did we just walk into?
Oh, y'all at work.
1,000 space devils.
Trying to get
Have
your
you been
dick wet.
following me, Andre? You are chasing every skirt, but you fail. This is why you envy me.
Послушайте, Гомес, ну
Listen,
What?
Gomez.
заговаривай мне.
Don't try to gaslight me. This is an insult. I challenge you to a duel. Please
Okay,
don't.
calm
I
down.
have to, dear Barbara. I have to. In other news, the clones have blown up the Kremlin.
Эти ракетные мониторы
It's the damn missile monitors.
It was
They
Ethan
carry
Hunt that
hundreds
did
of
it.
missiles designed for planetary bombardment. A monitor emerges from the X-matrix, fires all the missiles, and then jumps back. Very hard to defend against.
Получи гостинец! А вот и сеньор Румян.
And here is Senor Rumantsev. Defend yourself, villain. Gomez is not joking. It's a fighter duel to the death. Both of us are flying Durandals that are invulnerable to our own main weapons. The AI doesn't know how to use autocannons, so Gomez can't actually win. All he does is fly around in circles and throw endless insults like a Jagged Alliance character.
Я станцую сальсу.
I'll dance salsa on your grave.
Вся Америка знает.
Everyone
Okay,
in
this
America
dude's very
knows you
stereotypical.
don't mess with Gomez. The commander of the orbital fortress Schlisselburg instructs us to bring Gomez into their weapons range. And this helps, I think. The fortress is mostly armed with energy weapons. Eventually we do kill Gomez, which sucks, because I kinda liked him.
Вы дрались за
Were you fighting over a woman?
По мнению Гомеса,
Gomez certainly thought so.
He was like, I didn't
And
even
who was the
care.
femme fatale? Was it that bitch from the store? Жеребцова or something?
Wow, did you ever crush on Gomez?
Zherevkina, actually. And yes,
Андрей,
Andre, I am so glad you killed that bastard. After a series of brilliant victories against the clone, the Three Saints sustained so much damage that it had to be abandoned. This game reawakened an old memory of mine. I used to play EVE Online for about a decade, and the name of my character
Damn.
was a reference to this specific carrier from Tomorrowverse.
I was there.
So, what's the conversion rate of space rubles
Why
to
is he still
Zoroastrian
playing?
bucks?
Is like the window
Do
broken?
we have enough
So it's
for
like
a
it's getting hit
two-room
by a
apartment
bomb.
at Sharukin 5?
He's gonna
Calm
play
down.
until the
Go to
ship
the
goes
store.
down.
Get yourself a beer.
He constantly
Hello,
had a black
comrade.
eye.
I'm scared. You should be in the bomb shelter. But there was no order. I give
Bitch,
you an order
get in the-
now. Actually, do you want
There's
to go
no
to
order?
the museum with me? Wow, I've never been here before.
They literally dropping
Andre,
bombs.
what kind
No
of
one ordered
starship
me to
do you
go.
drive?
What?
Our commanding officer Berdnik keeps talking about secret weapons that should arrive just in time to save us. Yeah.
Yeah, about that.
Oh my god, the UN Wunderwaffe is real. X-cruisers are unique capital ships capable of diving and re-emerging from the X-matrix at precise points of the normal space. They're kind of like space submarines. The Gab expedition to the far corner of the galaxy in search of the rare mineral that was a build-up to this. A squadron of X-cruisers emerged around the Concordian carriers in torpedo range, and the rest is history. Rimouche was the first to fall.
Yeah, we getting close to the end of the game because everybody's fucking dying.
This is the Xenophon. The Concordians have their missile monitors, and we have this. Rumantsev recognizes the voice of Roshni Tervani, the woman he saved, and convinces her to surrender. After the destruction of their armada, the clones are becoming desperate. There was a failed nuclear attack on the battlecruiser Peresvat by a Concordian frigate. Thankfully, the battlecruiser raised its shields in time. I assume in the books they go into more detail about the Yagnu subplot, but the short version is this. The UN survivors on Grozny have been working to establish diplomatic relations with the aliens, and for a long time, no progress was being made. But then suddenly, the Yagnu became super open-minded once they realized that their weapons can't get past the Durandal shields. So we made a deal. There is a ceasefire.
It's just
The
chick
Yagnu
back.
give us space fuel, and in exchange we vacate Grozny, and presumably they'll blow up the local star. Whatever, Xenos make me sick. But the important thing is that with all the space oil they gave us, we can finally strike at the Concordian homeworlds. July 12, Gletcherny Cosmodrome. This is awkward.
Мы летим на Землю.
I'm going back to Uyar, and she's coming with me. Lieutenant Tervani is accused of taking part in the orbital bombardment of human cities.
Это ложь.
This is a lie. I'm a fighter pilot.
Разве Рошни
You think maybe Roshni could be of interest for your organization?
Скажите мне прямо.
Tell me straight, Andre. Do you love her? The choice.
What the fuck? What?
I do.
Ах, вот как.
Oh, so that's how it is. Well, congratulations. You are in love with a war criminal. As soon as we take off, a Concordian
What the
missile
fuck is
monitor
this?
emerges from the X-matrix
Fucking love
above the
triangle.
Cosmodrome. Rumantsev needs to burn for it as fast as possible.
Goldman's
and
trying to
take it
keep-
out
he
before
thought
it
you was,
destroys the grounded transport.
I guess, trying to get
carrying
in on
Roshni
his
and
woman
the
or
Red
something. I don't
Woman.
know.
самый мощный огонь?
He just
Today,
came
we
and he
must strike
called
the
him
most
making out
powerful
words. I challenge you
chords
to
of
a
our
duel.
Symphony
Like,
of Fury.
what?
We are going to Parkida. We are going
trying to
take
cock
their
block me?
oil. Phase 1. The X-cruisers attack the orbital forts Sharukin 7 and Sharukin 4. This is when we discover a vulnerability in their design. The cruisers re-emerge in the middle of a minefield and get stuck. Command has to send in the conventional artillery ships to finish the job. Phase 2. The bombing run on the grounded enemy Flugers on the surface of Parkida. Phase 3. Return to the Zuiho and get rearmed for space combat. The carrier is refusing to allow us to dock. The game's scripts broke once again. You can reset the scripts by firing on Andrei's commanding officer.
румянцев, отставить!
Phase 4. The
Wow.
Japanese squadron is reporting that the enemy has a lot more Mithridat launchers than previously expected. We have lost the light carrier
I thought
Rudzo.
that
The
was
Mithridat
Final Fantasy
platforms
music
are easily
playing.
destroyed by
That was
shooting
a
at their
dun
left
dun
engine with an
dun
autocannon. Thank you, boys. I'm
dun.
saying this as a
I thought that was
commander and
playing
as a
for
human
a second.
being. To lose a carrier to a bunch of space balloons, that would have been too much.
Yeah, that would have been
Listen
embarrassing.
carefully. Here is a secret package. You are to open it once you hear the code phrase Moscow time. Our
When you
flippers
hear one of my
armed with
agents say,
dumbfire rockets,
"The
which
sun
are
is
surprisingly
shining,"
accurate and have a very generous
respond.
AOE. The person
But
in
the
charge of the
ice
marine invasion
is
is
slippery.
Stepashin, our OSNAS buddy from the special squadron.
Здесь гвардии-майор Улянич.
Many old characters are coming back. Even the confused tank commander from the Grozny evacuation sequence is here.
Damn, that's a big ass tank.
Время московское.
That's the code phrase. We open the package. The new objective is to destroy the anti-air defense turrets in the spaceport. After that is done, a pair of European logistics ships and an X-cruiser land to take control of the object. And then... nothing. Yes, another game-breaking bug. This one I don't know how to fix, and the Russian page is of no help. I believe we are supposed to land in the spaceport, and then the red woman would tell
Like,
us
just
what
game
to do
breaking
next.
buzz, you just
Perhaps the
selling
reason
this
why the
shit.
game bugged out has to do with me failing to
Yeah, especially
protect
back in the day when
Andrei's
there was no
girlfriends
patching.
from the missile monitor
It was just like, hey, you
earlier.
got that
But none of
bug.
this matters, since
They-
the game will
we
be
gonna
over
come
in
out with
about 10
another
minutes
version.
anyway. Fearing the
Like later on,
X-cruisers,
but you
the
gotta buy it
Concordant
at full
fleets
price.
refused our challenge. Their only hope for turning this around is nuclear weapons. The game established that nukes are powerful but unreliable, and they can be stopped by shields. Moscow time was an elaborate diversion.
But what about the radiation?
The UN pretended to install a shield generator at the Cosmodrome to protect their armada above the planet. This was fake. The real shield generator is elsewhere. The Concordian nuclear counterattack fails, and their fleet gets destroyed.
Oh,
The war is over.
trying
In
to
the
say-
closing
see, 'cause I was like,
cinematic,
is that
Andrei
song?
and Stepashin the
Final
Marine
Fantasy
watch
VII?
the Russian space president announce victory. The Concordian nuclear arsenal will be transferred to the United Nations. The Zoroastrians will be subjected to military quotas. Parkida will be leased to the UN indefinitely.
Достойный.
We have defeated a strong, stubborn, a worthy adversary.
Что в этой победе есть вклад и моя.
So, about the elephant in the room. Sorry about my voice. I made some bad life choices again and got sick again. So anyways, how did this happen?
Bad life
Why would a
choice.
foreign person
Yeah,
pour
it
their
happens.
heart and soul into creating a fictional setting described as Russian supremacist? This has to do with the meaning of the word Russian and how it changed over time. Some individuals understand Russianness as a sort of an ancient collaborative project. Many people of different walks of life and ethnic backgrounds historically have contributed to this project. I prefer to call this identity the Old Russians, but there is no real scholarly consensus on terminology. The word means something else today. Tragically,
And
or
Putin right
predictably,
here.
depending on one's philosophical outlook, the Russophile culture was betrayed and destroyed by the object of their love. But it is no matter.
I thought you were gonna say about communism.
Everything that happens is a feast
I mean,
for the world
capitalism.
spirit. Patron credits, and then I'll share more fascinating Zorich anecdotes. These videos, as well as our RPG/SlavJank book research, are made possible by our backers via the crowdfunding platform Patreon. Special thanks to Jim Lawrence, Danny Kilpatrick, I Feed My Parrot Chicken, Ray Nurs, Ganso Bomber Motherfucker, a two-room apartment in Bobruisk, Belarus, Yuri Solodovnichenko, Mopo, Eric Cerve, Tony Spagoni, Machieva, Frog, Mada Pasta, Celtic, Ilya Rubin, Zazel and Baneful the Doggo, Zakub, father of the Space Noid race, Billy Strayhorn, C6, Darkbot Pumpkin, Snafu, Dmitry
What
Yu,
is it? Don't read my
Arkelis,
name.
1967 Ford Mustang.
Wonderful.
These days, the Zoriches seem to be doing fine. In the 2010s, Yana and Dmitry completed their sea training and were issued yacht captain certificates. They currently go on sea
yacht.
voyages in the Mediterranean and the Atlantic. Congrats on making it, I guess. These two are of special interest for our book project because, guess what? They are prolific strategy and RPG developers. They will eventually be a big multi-chapter video about their career. Specifically, Alexander Zorich was involved in a highly sophisticated Soviet-themed Fallout 3 clone that, unfortunately, was cancelled late in development. A fascinating project. Invaluable to advanced RPG science research is the proto-blogging platform LiveJournal that used to be popular in the 2000s. You see, on LiveJournal, instead of making content, individuals would instead journal their lives. It's a priceless tool for researching biographies that allows us, among other things, to explore the evolution of the unique humor style of Alexander Zorich. Let me tell you a joke. The village is starving. Everyone is suffering. Humans and the animals.
Look like her.
A rooster, a cat, and a dog gather round to discuss the issue.
I'm
going to the city in search of a better life, says the rooster. I'm coming with you, says the cat. Hey dog,
quite the same assets.
You know what? You go. I'll stay here for another week, and then I'll catch up with you. The rooster and the cat are suspicious. He knows something. What is that he is not telling us? The dog eventually gives up. Yesterday I was lying in the kennel and the owner came out onto the porch and said, Katerina, if this continues, a week from now, we'll all be sucking the dog's dick.
Wonderful.
The next video is going to be either Mask of the Betrayer, Lionheart the medieval Fallout attempt, or Fallout 2, depending on what I feel like playing when this goes live. Support the channel!
Ooh, they dropped. Frames per second drop way down. Oh, no, don't tell me. Anyway. Well, hope y'all enjoyed my reaction one. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button down below. Make sure to subscribe if you're new here. Hit that bell if you want to notify when I upload the videos. Comment down below. Share this video. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.